Have you ever been stuck in the middle of your budget, wondering how to quickly adjust expenses, add sales figures, or calculate totals without grabbing a calculator? Don't worry, you can avoid 90% of manual calculation errors just by mastering Excel's basic arithmetic operators using Copilot. Excel was designed for calculations and complex computations. Let me show you how to use basic arithmetic operators can help you solve these everyday challenges. In this video, you'll learn to use basic arithmetic operators, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division in Excel for managing an investment portfolio. Mastering just 4 Excel formulas can transform the way you manage your finances. We'll be able to apply these operators to a data set of investments and their valuations. By the end of this video, you will be able to identify the 4 basic arithmetic operators in Excel and their corresponding symbols. Apply arithmetic operators in Excel to perform simple calculations. Apply results of calculations in Excel to interpret and solve problems.
Let's start by taking a quick look at our data set on investment holdings. We'll use this data to calculate a few key metrics. Our first step is to calculate what percentage of each investment we own. We know the total number of shares or units available for purchase in each company and how many we have purchased. Let's perform the calculation in column G, row 2. When performing any calculation in Excel, always start with the equal sign to tell Excel a computation will follow. Select the number of shares we've purchased, enter a / for division, then select the total number of shares available. Press enter and Excel will produce a result. For example, for the first investment, we own 47,000 out of 167,000 available shares in this mutual fund, and Excel displays the result of 28%. Let's format this result as percentage using the percentage symbol in the Numbers group on the Home tab. To apply this calculation to the remaining investments, hover over the bottom right corner of the active cell until the cursor changes to a black cross. Then double-click to fill the column with the formula, copying it to all the rows below. Alternatively, use the keyboard by highlighting the range of remaining cells and pressing Ctrl and D to fill the formula down. Next, let's calculate the fair market value of our investment based on our percentage. We have a column reflecting the total fair market value of each company, but we only own a portion. Now in column H, row 2, again start with the equal sign. Select the percentage ownership that we've just calculated in column G, enter an asterisk to indicate multiplication, and then select the current fair market value of the company. Press enter and Excel will calculate the fair market value of our share. For example, 28% of Global Healthcare Trust 86 is worth 10.4 million euros. Then double-click to fill the remaining rows. So far we've covered simple division and multiplication. Let's move on to subtraction by calculating the return on each investment. Subtract the initial investment cost from our share of the fair market value. In column I, use the equal sign, select the fair market value we've just calculated, enter the minus sign, select the investment cost and then press enter. This shows the profit or loss on each investment depending on whether or not the fair market value exceeds the initial investment cost. Double-click to fill the column with the formula for the remaining investments. Finally, let's calculate the total fair market value of our share of all the investments in this portfolio. For the last arithmetic operator, we're going to use Copilot to sum up our share of the fair market value of each investment. after entering the prompt into the prompt box, and the prompt can be as simple as sum up our fair market value. Select Enter to execute. Apply the result and a total is added to the bottom of the data in column H. Now we have discovered that our investment portfolio is worth a whopping 286 million euros. That's good going. One more interesting metric to calculate is the return on investment, or ROI. Here you can also utilize Copilot. In the same way you would ask your investment manager, you can ask Copilot to calculate the ROI and select Enter. It analyzes the data and suggests an additional column with a formula that you can review. Preview the results, and if you're happy, add this to our data range by selecting the Insert Column button in the chat pane. In this instance, the data has already been perfectly formatted as a percentage.
This video covered the use of basic arithmetic operators in Excel, including addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. These core functions help automate tasks like budgeting, expense tracking, and data preparation, reducing manual errors and improving efficiency. Mastering these operators streamlines your workflow and lays the foundation for more advanced Excel data management and analysis tasks. Feeling more confident with your Excel skills? Great! Now make Excel and Copilot work for you and take control of your data management tasks.